Hello and welcome to part 2 of this Irish Crochet Lace collar. Sorry the part 1 cut off a little quicker than I anticipated, but in part 1 what we did was make the little petals in both rows, and I said I'd meet you when you finished your second row of petals. So that's exactly where we're up to now. Okay, so to complete this round, I may just remove this to see if I can zoom in a bit better. Okay, so in our first single crochet, you need to do a slip stitch, and in the first half double of the next petal, just here, you do another slip stitch. And then in the first of the 6 double crochets, you do a single crochet. So just to recap, in the first single crochet a slip stitch, in the first half treble a slip stitch. Sorry, it's the first half double crochet. I'm getting my terminology mixed up again. And then in the next double crochet, which is the UK treble, you do a single crochet. Hopefully that's a little bit clearer. And now you chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you skip 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the last double crochet, which is here. Just check we skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you do another single crochet. And what you've done here is, over that little petal at the back, you've made a 6 chain loop. And now you chain 3 and turn, and into this 6 chain loop you do, I think it's 8 double crochets. Yes. 1, 2, 3, and of course in the UK these are the trebles. So that's 4, 5, 6. Sorry if there's some background banging and things. I have some work going on upstairs. Okay, so let's just check now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There you go. Looks like the start of a little crown. And then what we need to do is 5 chains and turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now the right side of the rose motif is facing us. And we're going to do a double crochet into the 3rd double crochet along. So in essence you're skipping 1 and going into 1. And then you chain 2, 1, 2, skip 1 and into the next one, do another double crochet, chain 2, skip 1 double crochet into the next one, a double crochet, and again chain 2, and then into the top of the 3 chains you made at the beginning, just fiddle about a little, and then do a double crochet, and there you've created 4 little spaces. Now you need to make a picot, and to do this little picot you do 4 chains. All the picot is a little sort of bobble. I sometimes just turn my needle like that, or my hook, and then go in. It gives a tighter effect, but it's entirely up to yourselves. And you do a single crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook, and you then do 3 chains, and there's your little picot. Now in the next petal you skip the single crochet and the half double, so into the first double crochet you just do a little single crochet in there, and again in the UK that's a double crochet, and you've completed this on top of your first petal, this effect, and you need to do this all the way around, and the little picot and then the chains you rejoin to the next petal. So I show you again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chains, and then you skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the next stitch along, which happens to be the last double crochet of your 6, you do a single crochet, and you have your 6 chain loop. And now you chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work so the back of the work is facing you, and into this little 6 chain loop work 8 double crochets, or 8 trebles if you're in the UK or using UK terminology. So now that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you chain 5 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn so the work is facing you on the right side, and in the 3rd double crochet along you do another double crochet, then you chain 2, 1, 2, skip 1 into the next stitch, a double crochet, and this creates a little space, 2 chains, skip a stitch into the next one along, another double crochet, and then chain 2, and you're skipping the next double crochet and going into the top of the next 3 chain that you started off with. I always like to go under 2. Let me just have a closer look. 2 loops. Sometimes you just have to fiddle around a little. There we go. If you just go under 1, it tends to stretch the stitch. There we go. And now you've created your 4 chain spaces. Now to connect the petals, you do another picot. So you chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you'd like to just see how you can go either way really, or you can simply just complete your chain and go straight in like so and do a single crochet and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in the first double crochet, just miss your single and the half double in the first double crochet of the next petal, do a single crochet, and you're ready now to do your next lot of trebles, double crochets in the US, and your little spaces over the petals. And this is what they'll look like. Okay, so I'll do one more. So 6 chains, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the last double crochet, you make a single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn, and into your 6 chain loop, you make 8 double crochets, 2, just get some more yarn, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a half double crochet and a single. Sorry, got a little bit carried away with myself there. You don't do a half double or a single at all. What you do is you need to just count that you've got your 8 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the lovely thing about crochet. You can correct it quite easily. There. Okay, so now we do 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn your work and into the 3rd double crochet along, do another double crochet. And what that's done, the first 3 of your 5 chains count as a double crochet, and then the following 2 chains count as the top of the little space. Again, chain 2, skip 1 space and double crochet into the next space, into the next stitch. Chain 2, skip 1 and double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 2 and then double crochet into the top of your turning 3 chains. There we go. And next to your little picot. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the third chain from your hook, or into the second of the chain you made, do a single crochet, then 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and into the next petal. You need to go into your first double crochet, which is just there. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll meet you when you've completed these little petals, and we'll meet just back here at the very end. So we've completed our final little picot and 3 chains, and now you slip stitch into the single crochet where you single crochet to start this round. Just do a little slip stitch just under those 2 loops, and the pattern actually tells you now to fasten off, but instead of fastening off and reattaching the yarn here, which you would have to weave in anyway, I think it's easier to just do some little slip stitches up the side, very not too tightly, up the side of this double crochet, just as you see fit really, so they don't pull too much. And then into the little chains, do some slip stitches. If you'd prefer, you can fasten off and reattach your yarn. It's entirely personal preference. And then just doing a little slip stitch in here, not too tightly as we said, and then doing a single crochet. And now we're starting round 7. Now for round 7 we're going to be doing a lot of Pico loops, which involves a set of chains with 2 picots. Now first of all we do 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and then I like to just twist, and then in the first chain do a single crochet. Now you do 7 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, do it this way, and then into the 5th chain, so it's the 3rd chain again from the hook, you do another picot, single crochet, and just 1 chain this time. So it makes a set of chains with 2 little picots on it. And you now do a single crochet, you skip a space, and into the next space do a single crochet. And now you make another Pico loop. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, into the very first chain. It's slightly different to the row below because we did 4 chains. This one is only 3 chains, and then your picot, your single crochet. 7 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you do a single crochet into the third chain from the hook and do your single crochet and 1 chain. And now make sure the work continues to face you. You skip the last space, and before this little picot here, you make in this space a single crochet. And now that looks just like this now. So we need to now make another Pico loop. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet in the first chain, 7 more chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I sometimes just keep my thumbnail on the 5th one so I don't have to count back, and that's 7. And then into the 5th chain or the 3rd chain from your hook, a single crochet, and you make another chain. Now you need to start with your next little group of spaces, and into the first one you do a single crochet, and just like before you do another Pico loop. So 1, 2, 3 chains, a single crochet into the first chain you made, another 7 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a single crochet into the 3rd chain from your hook and chain 1, making sure the work's facing you. Skip 1 space and single crochet into the next space, and then another 3 chain Pico, and then 7 chains, and in the 3rd chain from the hook another single crochet, and then 1 chain, and again making sure the work's facing you, skip the last space on your petal here, and before your next little Pico, just under there in this space you make a single crochet. I'll just undo that because it's not quite lined up as it should be. There we go. I think what's happened is twisted a little bit, so I shall just redo this. There we go. It's important to just keep checking periodically, and then do your single crochet. There we go. So you then again make your Pico loop and continue as I've shown you on the other little petals. So if you can see here, this is what we call a little Pico loop. You've got your loop and your 2 little picots here, just like this one. and this one. So I hope that's made that clear, how you make your little Pico loops. Okay, so I shall meet you when you get back to here. So I'm just going to make the last little Pico loop. So chain 3, single crochet into the first chain, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then single crochet into the third chain from your hook, chain 1, and then to finish you look for the first single crochet you made in the first space and do a slip stitch into there, and then just secure it with another little stitch, and then you fasten off. Okay, so now there's your little motif all completed. And the idea now is, on the next video, I'll show you how to join the motifs together. So if we just have another look at the little white lace collar, the motif, we'll start here with our motif, and I'll show you how to join as you go by just connecting these two little loops. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you in part 3, and if you're not already subscribed, it'd be great if you could. I hope that you've enjoyed the videos so far, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.